What's cooking? It's your girl Elena Besser. Welcome to my home kitchen in Brooklyn. Today we are going to be making a magical recipe. It's actually 3 parts, but it's all going to end in a luxurious espresso martini. Yes, you know her, you love her. And we're gonna start things off by making a beautiful, really easy vanilla bean simple syrup that will go into the espresso martini. Along the way, we're gonna make a quick pit stop with an easy vanilla bean latte. Okay, let's get into it. So the first thing we want to do is we want to split our vanilla bean pod. So this long pod holds all of those beans. So I like taking a paring knife and I'll just run my knife down the center, creating an incision. And then I will open it up, take my paring knife and run it across the pod, releasing all of those beautiful beans. Look at this, tons of them. Look at that, fabulous. And these are going to infuse into the simple syrup. So a simple syrup is very easy to make. I know it sounds intimidating, but I promise you it is not. It is equal parts sugar and water. So I have 1 cup of granulated sugar here, and then I've got 1 cup of water, and we are going to combine these in a small saucepan. And then we're just going to add in our vanilla beans, like so. Just delicately scrape those off the paring knife. And then we're gonna add the pod in too, because there are definitely some beans left behind in that pod that we really wanna make sure infuse into this simple syrup. Bring these up over a medium heat. And we're gonna stir it occasionally. So the goal here is that we want the sugar to dissolve into the water. We want these vanilla beans to infuse into that simple syrup. We're gonna cook it until it's brought up to a boil. We'll cook it for like 2 to 3 minutes more, just to make sure those vanilla beans break up and infuse into that syrup properly. Make sure you are stirring occasionally so that that sugar doesn't stick to the bottom and it properly dissolves into that water. It smells amazing. Vanilla bean facial. Okay, this is good to go. What you can do is you can transfer it into that same liquid measuring cup. So just pour that right in, like so. And if you see any of those extra beans hanging out on the side, just try to grab them, because you know, no beans left behind. And then we're gonna take the syrup and pour it into a mason jar, along with the pod, because that will just continue to infuse everything. So we want this to come down to room temperature, and once it is at room temperature, seal it with the lid. And what I will always do is write vanilla simple with the date, so that we know when we made it. And it will keep for about a month in your fridge. So pop that on. And there you go. Okay, so now that we have made our vanilla bean syrup, we are going to create 2 different drinks. The first is a classic vanilla bean latte. So I'm going to make the vanilla latte while I chill my glass. So what I like to do is just take an ice cube, if you want, could be fancy with it, break it up, pop it into that glass. If you want to use 2, you could absolutely use 2. I'm just going to use 1 for now, and fill it with a little bit of water. And this is one of my favorite tricks whenever you are at a bar or a restaurant and you want to make sure that your glass is nice and cold. Let's just add another ice cube to it. What are we doing? I mean, come on. I always like to chill my glass in advance. With our latte here, I have some cold brew concentrate. I'm a big fan of cold brew concentrate. I love using it. I honestly drink cold brew concentrate pretty much every morning. So this is such an easy way to make a delicious latte in the comfort of your own home. So what we are going to do is we are going to add 3 ounces of that cold brew concentrate. We are going to add in 3 ounces of milk. You can use literally any milk you want, But what's great about this cold brew concentrate is that it is equal parts. So if you wanted, you could do water and just have normal cold brew, but we are of course using milk. And then we are going to add in our vanilla bean simple syrup. Pour that right in. You could take a straw, got my cocktail spoon. And if you want to even more vanilla bean in there, wipe off your spoon first and then skim a little bit of that vanilla bean off the top and then stir it into your latte. Yum! So good. So this is all combined now, and all we gotta do is add some ice. I love nice large ice cubes here. Just pop those in like so. And there you have it, a vanilla bean latte. Cheers. Wow, this is so good. I absolutely love how the vanilla is coming through. You can see all those little beans hanging out inside of the latte. It just makes it feel so luxurious. Okay, we will set this aside while we get to work on our espresso martini. So this is also made with cold brew concentrate. It is such a great way to easily make an espresso martini in the comfort of your own home if you do not have an espresso machine. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to combine 2 ounces of our cold brew concentrate, 2 ounces of vodka, and then we have coffee liqueur right here. This is an awesome local coffee liqueur. It smells so rich and delicious. Okay, we are going to add in 1.5 ounces of that, pop that in there. And then we're going to add in 1/2 ounce of that vanilla bean simple syrup. Pop that right in. So now, we've got all of our ingredients in our cocktail shaker. We just have to add in our ice because we want this to be nice and cold. Pop in a few cubes. Seal the top. And we're gonna give this a very good shake. So the goal here is that we really wanna make sure that this is so cold that it honestly kind of hurts our hands when we hold the shaker. It's a great workout too. Shake it over your head, to the side, spin in a circle, you know, have fun with it. Okay, that is starting to hurt my hands, and that's when you know it is properly chilled. Okay, so delicately loosen the shaker. Ice water, dump that out, discard it if you will. And then we are going to take our strainer. Oh man. Look at this. And it creates this amazing foam. There isn't any milk in here, but the coffee just gets nice and foamy. And then what they traditionally do is whenever you order this in a cocktail bar, they will garnish it with coffee beans. And the significance of the beans are health, wealth, and happiness. 3 beans, baby. Okay, so there you have it. Take a look at what we have created. We started out with our vanilla bean simple syrup. Then we turned it into a vanilla bean latte, which you can make for yourself when you wake up in the morning, have it as an afternoon treat, or this gorgeous beverage right here, the Espresso Martini, the famous Espresso Martini. Definitely a reliable source to have you be woken up excited for the night ahead. Let's take a taste. Wow. This is so good. If you want to learn how to make these recipes and more, head to food52.com.